What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tino here, as we are here on this Wednesday afternoon, as we are getting ready for Dynamite tonight. We're continuing the road to WrestleMania, but we got one more pit stop, and that happens this Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, wherever you all may be, but most of us, it will be on early in the morning, so we all kind of know how all of our UK friends feel. Steve? I'm so sorry, bro. I understand your pain now. I get why you're not up for every pay-per-view. But we got 4 matches. We got a Grayson Waller effect. And we got a lot of things that could go down at the Elimination Chamber in Australia, in Perth, Australia, this Saturday. As I said, my time, it will be beginning at 3 a.m. The press conference, or the pre-show, the main show, then the press conference. It all starts at 3 a.m. So get your butts up and let's get ready for it. So let's get to the chat. Let's go over the matches, and then we're going to start previewing the matches. If anybody's got any good comments, concerns, how you guys are feeling about this pay-per-view, let me know how you guys are feeling. We got Daniel, though, in the house. Newest member of Tino's Time, Daniel in the house. What's up, Daniel? We got Hassan in the building. What's up, Hassan? Thank you so much for coming and hanging out. But let's take a look at all the matches that we are going to be seeing here on Saturday in Perth, and then we're also going to be seeing this. So before we get to the matches, we got the Grayson Waller effect with Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins as one of the things going down. We got Rhea Ripley taking on Nia Jax for the Women's World Championship. That should be interesting. That should be fun to get to. Should be interesting to see how that goes down. We have the men's tag team match with Finn Balor and Damian Priest taking on Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate for your undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships. We have the Women's Elimination Chamber with newly returning Mrs. Raquel Rodriguez, as she just qualified this past Monday on Raw. We have Naomi, the returning Naomi. We got the man, Becky Lynch. We have Bianca Belair, the EST of WWE. We have the Cry About It one, Miss Liv Morgan. And then making her debut at the Royal Rumble, making her main roster debut, her PLE debut besides the Royal Rumble that we just saw. It's Miss Tiffy Tom from NXT. Tiffany Stratton is now officially a part of the SmackDown brand, and now she wants to find a way to get to WrestleMania and have her moment in the first year of her becoming a star. We got the men's Elimination Chamber also, which features Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley the Almighty. We got the Legend Killer, Randy Orton. We got the Scottish Warrior himself, Mr. Drew McIntyre. We have Logan Paul, the U.S. Champion. And then we got the Megastar, L.A. Knight. Yeah. These are the 6 men that we'll be seeing go down and compete in the Elimination Chamber. So those are all the matches that will be going down here on Saturday, I should say, Saturday night. Those are all the matches that will be going down and the Grayson Waller effect. So before we get to the chat, let's see what's everybody doing in the house. Let's see who's in the chat. And then I'm going to get to the first match that we're going to preview. So we got AJ in the house. What's up, AJ? And then we got our co-host, Mr. Lamar. Hopefully will be up with us at 3 o'clock on Saturday, 4 o'clock his time. So, Lamar, enjoy a couple days of rest, bro, and get ready for waking up on and for Saturday, because it's going to be interesting. So, guys, we got 14 people in the house. If I could ask you to do anything, please hit that like button, subscribe, join the conversation, all that good stuff. We're trying to get to 1,800 and 2K as fast as possible. We got a lot of stuff coming up. So if you like anything I'm doing here, or you like anything that I have to say, please hit that subscribe button, like the episode, all that good stuff for us. But let's see. We got a few more. we got the man OTM. We got Kyle in the house. What's up, Kyle? Thanks for coming by, stopping by for a little bit. Appreciate you. Yes, Lamar. We appreciate you. So we got a couple people in here. Let's get to and let's talk about the first match that I want to talk about here, and it is for the Women's Championship, as it is Miss Rhea Ripley, mommy, taking on Nia Jax for that Women's Championship. Sorry, I said Raquel, but we're going to see these two women go at it. We're going to see these two women have themselves a battle. They've been going at it for a little bit of time. this will be the first time that we have seen Rhea Ripley defend her title in a little bit of period of time. So it is very interesting, and it should be very interesting to see how this goes down. And I'm not very certain, and I'm very curious on how they're going to set these matches up and how long each match is going to go for. Because if we only have 4 matches and the Grayson Waller effect, the show should not really last until 8 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock in the morning. So we're going to have to see how long this match goes. But in the end, no matter how long this match goes, I think it will be a good match. But we all know who's going to win this. We all know Rhea Ripley's walking out of Perth, Australia, still your women's champion, as she will be facing the winner of the women's Royal Rumble match. And we will be seeing Rhea Ripley go up against whoever wins that match. And we'll be talking about that match in a little bit. But I just don't think that there's no way that Nia Jax wins. And it would suck to fly all the way to Australia just to get your butt kicked. I mean, it's the job. I get it. Free trip to Australia, you know, all that good stuff. But it's just one of those things. I don't know. I feel like, you know, yeah. But Rhea Ripley going to win this match and move on to WrestleMania. There's not too much to say about this. We got more chats in the house. Let's see. We got Kyle. What's up, Kyle? How you doing, bro? The crowd is going to be insane. The crowd will be absolutely insane. And, okay, so this is a question I actually have for you guys. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this match should be the main event? Do you guys think that this match should, because obviously Rhea's from Australia? I think Nia's actually from Australia, too, because I think they said Bora in Australia is actually fighting for the championship. So if I'm not mistaken, I think that's true. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about Kyle's question? Do you guys think that we should see Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax main event? I mean, honestly, I wasn't even thinking about it, but they could very well do that, and it's very well of a possibility. So, Rhea Ripley's still going to walk out though as your champion. But now let's get to the next match. And it is for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships, as it's Judgment Day. Finn Balor and Damian Priest taking on Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, their newest tag team, part of the SmackDown roster. Now, they want a part of Judgment Day, and they want to make sure that they can figure out a way to make sure that Judgment Day does not walk into WrestleMania as your tag team champions. And honestly, I'm excited for the chamber matches, and I'm excited to see what Nia and Rhea can do. But I will say, I think this is the one match that we very well could see steal the show. That is a match that we could go back and watch and be like, damn, that was just a really good tag team match. We've seen what Pete Dunne, Butch could do. We've seen what Tyler Bate can do if you watch NXT. If you have not watched NXT, I really consider you start watching NXT, because you're going to start seeing all these people come up, and you never know who they are until you watch them on the main roster. So go check out some of NXT if you have not yet. Go watch some of Tyler Bate, because Tyler Bate is impressive. And I actually like that they did put him in a tag team. Yes, I know the Brawling Brutes was what Pete Dunne was doing as Butch and everything else like that, and why are we just going to put him in another tag team match? But Pete Dunne, I think teaming up with Tyler Bate, it's going to be a good thing. It's going to be helpful to get them to be on TV more, everything else like that. And it's a way for them, you know, maybe we could see it happen where they turn on each other, and we see that turn into a rivalry where we see maybe Pete Dunne turn into a bad guy and Tyler Bate is the big baby face. I think we could see something like that go down. And I think something like that would be absolutely fun. And I think that would be absolutely cool to see guys like that, and to see guys that we may not otherwise think about have matches like that. So this match may very well steal the show, and this match is going to be very, very good. I'm excited for it. So and you guys let me know what you guys think and who you guys think is going to win this. But as I say all of this and how great I think this match is going to be, and how much I love Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate as a tag team, I feel like we're going to see Judgment Day, Dominic, probably going to see Mr. JD McDonough. We're probably going to see Mr. R-Truth probably for a little bit. We'll probably see a little bit of R-Truth. So, with saying all of that, I do believe that we will see the winners of this match be Judgment Day. Finn Balor, Damian Priest, going to walk out of the Elimination Chamber as your champions. But I'm going to say, don't count Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate out. And don't count them, and don't think just because, that they don't got whatever, that they don't have a chance to win this match. Because I do think that there will be a few opportunities that this match could, and it could possibly go Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne's way. So we're going to have to see what goes down with that match, but I'm excited to see it, and I think it's going to be a good one. So let me know what you guys think about that match, and who do you guys think is going to win? Do you guys think Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate have a chance? Do you guys think there's no way in heck? Do you guys just believe that Finn Balor and Damian Priest are just going to win it? Let me know what you guys are feeling and how you guys are thinking about this match. But that is what I think is going to happen. So, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, great match, but Judgment Day still walks out as your winners. So, before we get to the Elimination Chamber matches, guys, let's talk about, and I'm going to get back to the chat. I see the chat be popping today, so I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out. Nia was born in Australia. I had no idea. Honestly, I learned about it yesterday, Kyle. I had no idea. I was looking and I was like, wait. I was like, they said 2 born Australians. I was like, who? I was like, who's Australia? And I looked, I was like, no way. I was like, fun fact. So, we got Hassan in the house. What's up, Hassan? He said, I'm not waking up at 4 a.m. I will try to wake up by 1 p.m. to watch the kickoff show. And everything. Listen, Hassan, can I join you, bro? Can I sleep like you? And then you could wake up for me? I think that'd be perfect. I think that's the best way to do it. Let me know what you guys feel, though. Hassan, I appreciate you. It's a good way to introduce him to the main roster. That's exactly the case. And Kyle, we've talked about it before. A lot of people don't watch NXT. And I say it all the time. I really think people should watch NXT. And I know it's a lot. And like I always say, I'm always the same way. There's just too much wrestling on. So I understand if you watch TNA, you watch Impact, you watch Stardom, you watch all the other wrestling promotions, it can get a lot. But if you watch WWE a lot, and if you feel like if you cover it and everything else like that, you should watch NXT, because then you know about guys like Tyler Bate, you know about guys that come up, Bron Breakker, Jade Cargill, even though she was in AEW, she was on NXT a couple times, but you know what I mean. I just think that people should watch NXT more, because Tiffany Stratton, people don't know who Tiffany Stratton is, and people are going to start to learn who Tiffany Stratton is real quick, where if you watched NXT, you should, and you would know who Tiffany Stratton is. You know that she got beat by Becky Lynch. She lost the championship. That could be a rivalry they can go back to. They'll probably talk about it in the chamber if we have a face-off between Tiffany and Becky. So, I just think it's a good idea, guys. If you have some time and if you have some chance, I'm not saying you gotta watch the whole show or you watch it every week, but just record it, have it on, skim through it, look up some clips, you know? Gotta learn who these people are. Happy, finally, Jade. Hey, we got Jadis Young back in the house. Hey, Jadis Young's back in the house. It's not Elvis adopted no more. He said, I got my name back. I think Damian and Finn will win, but I will think that they will get a rematch and a promo. What I think they're going to do, and you guys tell me if you guys think I'm wrong here, but we saw the showcase matches last year for WrestleMania, and we saw them on the show as shows, where we saw the Street Profits win, and I forgot who won the women's match. I think it was Zoe, or no, I think it was Shayna and Ronda. I think. Maybe not. But I think they're going to do that same thing. They're going to have showcase matches, but both tag titles are going to be on the line. So we're going to see a Fatal 4-Way tag team match for both the men's and the women's, and we're going to see we'll probably see teams like, well, honestly, I'll say it right now. We probably see Miz Truth, Judgment Day, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, and somebody like the New Day, the Creed Brothers. I mean, they got so many tag teams. They could do like a tag team turmoil if they really wanted to. But I think that's what they're going to do, is they're going to use the showcase matches to probably have and put the tag titles on the line. Or maybe they just have the showcase matches and they don't put the titles on the line. Either way, should be interesting. That's the deal. That's the deal, Jadis. Tino, Liv Morgan is winning the chamber right now. Is she, though? Is she? They should. You're right. It would be fun to watch these superstars. Yes. And that's the biggest thing. Just like I always compare it to football or baseball. You guys know I love baseball. I love football. And as a sports fan, you watch guys like Jadis would know. Like you watch guys like Will Anderson. You watch guys like C.J. Stroud. And I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest college football fan. I don't watch college football like I do the NFL or the NBA or anything else like that, you know. So I do take time and I do watch clips and I do take time to learn about these guys, because then when you do see a CJ Stroud get drafted, or you see a Will Anderson, a Jalen Carter, a Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes, whatever you see these guys get drafted, and you watch them and you see them grow, and I'm sure there's people that have been watching Patrick Mahomes since college and now watching him win championship after championship after championship. It is something, you know. So just like the same with wrestling. If you watch Braun Breaker on NXT, you would know that he's a tag team champion. You would know that he just won the Dusty Cup. You would know that, you know. So I just think that it's a good thing to take and to do with, and I know there's a lot of wrestling. I know, I get it. Shayna and Ronda, okay, that's what I thought. I just wasn't too sure. But I thought I had a feeling that's what it was. So I hope KO wins. I would love to see him get one final world title opportunity. I would love to see that too. Hey, Scott, what's up? Liv is not winning. Kyle, thank you. Kyle with the comment of the episode. Guys, I love you. Sorry. Liv fans, I love you. But she's not winning. I get why you want her to win. I know we all want the triple threat. Well, you guys want the triple threat, all the Liv fans. And listen, I love Liv Morgan myself. There's a lot of people that love Liv Morgan. But I was just telling myself this. You got to be realistic. You got to think about what WWE wants to do. And they've been teasing it for a while. It's going to be Rhea and Becky. There's no way that there's not. And if it's not, I'll be here on at 7:30 in the morning and on the press conference eating my own words. And if Liv Morgan wins, Leo, Eric, Chris, all of you great people can come in here and yell at me. But I just don't see it happen. Jadis. NXT is not boring. You just don't like it. Too sweet. I know I love her, but unfortunately and that's the thing. You just got to think about the obvious choice, and you got to think about what WWE is looking at and what WWE wants. In reality, guys, you got to remember, WWE really doesn't care about like what we have to do and what we're going to do and what we're going to say or anything else like that. They already have their own plans. They know who's winning on Saturday. They know who's going into WrestleMania. They probably got the WrestleMania Night 1 card in the script right now. They're writing it as we speak. So you just got to think about it that way. Do they always have a Fatal 4-Way? No. They do not always have a Fatal 4-Way. But if you have, and as you guys know, we're rewatching the WrestleManias, and we're watching the WrestleMania retros. We watched the ones last year, all of that stuff. And I've learned something. And I actually want to say this about the WrestleManias the WrestleManias we're watching on the retro. I kind of understand now why Vince McMahon thinks having 17 matches on a match card is the way to go. Because back in 1985, when we've been watching these old WrestleManias, guys, how many matches have there been? There's been about 14, 15 matches, and they've all been very short. So we've talked about it in the past about how Vince McMahon doesn't want to get up with the program. He doesn't want to evolve. He doesn't want to do any of that. And now that makes sense why all these years Vince McMahon has always just piled so many matches on to the WrestleMania card, but he doesn't realize that there's so many things, the stories, there's so many things that have been being built. There's so many things where some of these matches, instead of them going 4 to 5 minutes like all the matches did back then, all the matches now go about like 12, 15 minutes, where like WrestleMania 33, there were like 14 matches, and the pay-per-view was like 6.5 hours because there were just so many matches. So I've learned that as we watch the old retros, and as I've went back and started to look at the old WrestleMania cards, look at the cards now, besides the last few years, because thankfully Triple H and the 2 nights of WrestleMania have really helped that. But if you look at the only like one night WrestleManias, most of the WrestleManias have about 12, 13 matches, and it's just like how it was back then. So Mr. McMahon thought that it would be a great idea, but that's not what it is anymore. We want to see about 6, 7 great matches, about 15, 20 minutes each, maybe like 12 minutes, depending on what type of rivalry it is. and then call it a pay-per-view. We don't need 16 matches and 5-minute matches. So, I know that was a long explanation, but yeah. So, what do you want Liv to do for Mania? I'm not saying Liv's going to do nothing. Again, I've said it in the past, and I'm going to continue to say it. You solve this problem with bringing back Money in the Bank. And I'm not saying Liv would win Money in the Bank, but I'm saying if you had Money in the Bank on at WrestleMania, night 1 and night 2, one for the women, one for the men, there's 6 to 8 women that you don't have on the card that you could put in there. We could put Shayna. You could put Liv. You could put Tiffany. You could put, if you want to have an NXT star, put Roxanne in there. If you want to put Naomi, the people that don't win the Rumble. I just think that there's other ways besides just putting them all in a random battle royal or having a fatal 4-way tag team match with a bunch of women just tag teamed together. So, I don't know. Well, and that's what I started doing, Jadis. You just got to watch some of the highlights because you got to know who these guys are. He said. But you have to study these guys. Yes, exactly. That's what I mean. And it's the same thing with wrestling. You got to study these people, just like Ren Sinclair. Ren Sinclair is making a name for herself on WWE NXT right now. But if you guys would know, her name is Maddie, and she's been trying to get, and she's been building her way, and she's been trying to get to this point. So seeing her go all the way from competing in the independents and doing what she was doing, everything else like that, it's so nice to finally be able to see her get her moment, her shine. She's getting time on NXT. And then when she comes up to the main roster, I could be like, I've been watching Ren Sinclair since she was doing the independent days. Same thing with football. Rhea and Becky, WrestleMania. Rhea and Becky. April says, you don't disappear no more. No, we do not, guys. We got the green screen, and it looks like it's a lot better today than it was yesterday. So that's good. So hopefully I'm doing something right. But we don't disappear, guys. Your boy Tino, I can move around. My head doesn't disappear no more. Woohoo! I don't know. I just had to celebrate. Elvis has left the building, and Jadis is back. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What's up, Hassan? Hassan's still here. Have Rhea fight both nights? I mean, you could. But if there's anybody that's going to compete both nights, it's going to be Roman Reigns. It's going to be The Rock, Seth Rollins, or Cody Rhodes. We got Leo in the house. Listen, I will give Leo. Leo's sticking with his guns. Leo's sticking with his girl. So I respect Leo for that. Leo, I understand what you're saying. We've had this conversation. I just don't think it's going to happen. But I will say, I appreciate you sticking with your girl. Because if Liv does win on Saturday, you're going to be the first person to say, I've been calling it since day one. And we'll all have to sit there and eat our words. So, if you really want to throw people off, have Bianca win. Bianca versus Rhea is a match we need to see while they're both in their prime. When did we see that match? Was it SummerSlam? It was the SummerSlam that Damage Control debuted, right? That we saw Rhea and Becky. I wouldn't mind to see that running back. And that's a very good point. If you are going to have, again, you got to think about, guys, what WWE wants to do. Don't think about again, you can't think about what we always want. Because they don't care what we want. Like the We Want Cody thing is completely different. The We Want Cody thing trended for a week, and everybody did what they wanted to do, and they got what they wanted to do. But, yeah. So, I agree with you. But will they do Roman Rock next year? Or are we gonna? I think they're gonna do Roman and Rock. I think so. So I've been watching WrestleManias, guys. Okay, you guys know. I said it. I was just talking about it. Watching WrestleMania, rewatching WrestleMania 28 and 29. I feel like we're getting the exact same thing. I feel like we're getting, and it's where we see them this is going to be WrestleMania 27, for example. WrestleMania 27, we saw The Rock come back. He was hosting WrestleMania. In the main event, we saw John Cena and The Miz. We saw it end in a double countout. And then we saw The Rock come out. He restarted the match. He cost John Cena. And then we saw one night later, for the first time ever, I still can hear the promo in my head. Let's do it. Let's do something we've never done before. Two generations collide. 1 year in the making. John Cena, The Rock, WrestleMania 28. Once in a lifetime. I can reminisce the promo. It's ridiculous. But it seems like that's the way they're going. And I see Kyle in there. He makes a good point. Maybe SummerSlam. Because you guys got to remember, after WrestleMania, Roman's going to take a break. Seth's probably going to take a little break. Logan's going to take a break. And we're probably not going to see everybody kind of return until SummerSlam. So why not make it the biggest party of the summer? And let's see Mr. Roman Reigns and The Rock go at it there. Or you could do something where it's, I don't know. SummerSlam is so far away. And I'm trying to get through the Elimination Chamber at WrestleMania. But I will say that personally, I don't want to see that tag team match that everybody is saying that we're going to get. What's up, Brian? We got Brian in the house. I heard that. Yeah, and that's the thing. We could hear everything we want. He said F-Rock. He said F-Rock and Roman and Money in the Bank. Shit. Do it. I don't think Roman has competed in the Money in the Bank. The Rock has never competed in the Money in the Bank. That would be so funny. That would be fantastic to see The Rock in Money in the Bank. That'd be great. Have Rock and Roman at Money in the Bank. That would be great. So, we've been talking about a lot of it, guys. We got a little bit off track. But let's talk about these two Elimination Chamber matches. And let's talk about the Grayson Waller effect. And then I will get back to your comments. Get back to your concerns. Let me know what you guys are feeling. Let me know how you guys' thoughts. And what do you guys think about all the rest that we're going to say here. So, let's talk about the Grayson Waller effect before we get into and before we talk about the Elimination Chamber matches back-to-back. Let's talk about what we may see on the Grayson Waller effect. We got Grayson Waller, we got Mr. Cody Rhodes, and we got Seth freaking Rollins. And if you guys remember, I did a book, I predicted, and I did a fantasy booking of the Elimination Chamber in Perth, and I actually had the Grayson Waller effect on there as one of the things that we'd probably see. Obviously, the Aussie Open, the man himself, Grayson Waller is from Australia. So it's nice that Grayson Waller will get out there. He'll be able to go out there with his fans. They'll get a little bit of support. He's going to do his thing, and we're going to have a good time with Grayson Waller. And this will probably be after one of the Elimination Chambers, maybe after the tag team match, depending on where they line everything up in the show. I have a feeling the same way they did War Games, I feel like they're probably going to do the same thing here, where we'll see an Elimination Chamber open the show, and then we'll see an Elimination Chamber close the show. Or, like Kyle said, maybe they do have Rhea and Nia main event, and they have the two Australia ladies do their thing in the main event. But I would more likely probably have that, and maybe they have, and I would assume the men's Elimination Chamber main events the show. That's going to be my guess, but I would not be shocked if they did the Nia and Rhea situation. So what exactly is Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins going to stay and say on the Grayson Waller effect? Obviously, Grayson Waller is going to come out. He's going to make a bunch of comments about Roman and The Rock and the tribal babies and the Cody crybabies and the Rock crybabies and all of that funny stuff. We'll probably see a little interaction, and we'll maybe see a little stare off. Maybe The Rock and Roman will be there. I don't know. They're not obviously advertised for the show, so I don't know if we're going to see them there. But what I will say, and I do think that what's going to happen, is I don't want it to happen, and I just said that I don't want it to happen. I think what they're going to do is they're probably going to announce, and they're probably going to make the tag team match official at WrestleMania, Night 1, Cody and Seth versus Rock and Roman. Before we do anything, though, guys, I see we got 22 people in the house before we continue. If any of you can, please hit that like button, subscribe, all of that good stuff, everybody. I appreciate all you guys coming in here, hanging out for a little bit. Leave your comments and your concerns. But I just wanted to say that. I see we got all those people in here. So we will answer all of your questions after we're done here previewing the last three things. So, guys, continue to leave your comments, your concerns, all that good stuff, and I appreciate y'all stopping by. So, back to the Grayson Waller effect, though. Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. Should be an interesting one, and it will probably last a little bit of time, but I feel like no matter what is done, whatever is said and done, we're probably going to get them leading and announcing that tag team match. Not what I want. I certainly don't want any of that to happen, but it's what's probably going to happen. And again, what are we going to do? Not watch WrestleMania? Because I'll be sitting here watching WrestleMania with everybody that shows up here with your boy Tino. So, I mean, you know, guys, we're going to watch it. We'll see what happens. And it would be very confusing. And it is what it is. But Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Grayson Waller effect will be interesting. It probably ends in a brawl, but I do think that that's the whole point, and that we will be having the match made official for WrestleMania in Philadelphia, night one of Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins taking on The Rock and Roman Reigns in a tag team match. And if it does happen, we'll talk about it, and I'll let you know how I feel about it next week on Road to WrestleMania, episode number 5. But until anything becomes official, and until anything says or done or anything, really can't do too much about it. So, now, let's get to the two main things that we're going to talk about here today, and it is the two big matches of the night. It's the men's and the women's Elimination Chamber. And also, guys, if you did not see, I said it yesterday, for our week of Elimination Chamber, I decided to put 2 more episodes out for you guys. As you guys know, Friday at noon, we will be playing our last WWE 2K23 live stream, our last episode before 2K24 comes out. So I decided that we will simulate both the men's and the women's Elimination Chambers in WWE 2K23. They will be released tomorrow night. So make sure you guys go and check those out to see who WWE 2K23 has winning the Elimination Chambers. And I will tell you, it's 2 people that you very well may not think of, but they did it. They did their things in it, and it was a good time. So 2 episodes coming out tomorrow after we're done here with the WrestleMania Retro with WrestleMania 8, 7, I think we're on. I lost track. But we're going to be back here for WrestleMania tomorrow. So now let's get to it and let's start previewing these, because we've been here for a half an hour, and I feel like I've just been rambling a little bit. So let's get to it, and let's start off with the women's. And let me tell you the opponents and the competitors one more time. We got Miss Tiffany Stratton making her PLE debut. We got the EST of WWE, Miss Bianca Belair. We got Becky Lynch, the man. We got Naomi making her return. We love to see it. Speaking of somebody just returning, it's Raquel Rodriguez, as she won the last chance Battle Royal this past week on Raw. And then we got Liv Morgan. Cry about it. You only live once. Watch me. She's ready to prove why she is one of the best women in WWE. Listen, I will say this right now. I love Liv Morgan. I think Liv Morgan's great. I think Liv Morgan's fantastic. I think Liv Morgan's going to be a future champion. Very well could be a Hall of Famer one day. But it's not her time. She's not going to win. Again, if she does, then WWE really flipped us over. We don't know what we're talking about. And WWE has all types of twists and turns. But the way it's been going and the way they're having it lead up, it just makes sense to what they're doing. So we're going to see all these women. They're going to go out there and they're going to put themselves, they're going to have themselves a great time. Now, I want to make 2 predictions. I'm going to make 1 prediction on who I think will start the match. And I will say the 2 women to start the match will be It will be Liv and Raquel, as we see 2 ex-tag team partners start off the Elimination Chamber. And I do believe that Liv Morgan could last all the way to the finals. So I will say that Liv and Raquel are the first 2 to enter. And then I will say the final 2 in the Elimination Chamber match will be Becky Lynch and Tiffany Stratton. And I think Becky Lynch pins Tiffany Stratton, and we see Becky Lynch go on to WrestleMania. And we see her go and face Raquel Rodriguez, or Rhea Ripley, I should say, at WrestleMania for that Women's Championship in a match they've been teasing at the press conference, the press release, the press event, everything press-related. They keep teasing Rhea and Becky, guys, and it just only would make sense. These 6 women are going to go out there. They're going to tear the house down. It's going to be a great match, a great Elimination Chamber, but in the end, the last kisser, the man, big time Bex, is going to pick up the win, and she's going to punch her ticket to WrestleMania. And listen, I understand everybody may want EST. People want Liv. People may even want Naomi to win. I just don't know if that's what they're going to have happen. And again, like I said, why can't we do something where we see some women have themselves a fight? But I could definitely see all these women competing at WrestleMania in some sort of way, fashion, way, or form. But I'm going to say that we see Becky Lynch walk out of the Elimination Chamber as your champion, or as your number one contender for the women's champion. So let me know what you guys think or feel in the chat. Who do you guys think is going to win? But I'm sticking with my guns, and I'm sticking with the man, Becky Lynch, to pick up the dub in Perth and to punch her ticket to WrestleMania. So go ahead, go check it out, Mizna. I don't know what you're doing. Go ahead. Go see. Go see who it is. Go see who it is. Go ahead, Mizna. So, guys, let's get to it now. Let's talk about the main event of the evening and the last match on the card, as it is for the chance to go and face Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania in 40 in Philadelphia at WrestleMania 40. These men will have a chance to do just that inside the Elimination Chamber. And we have Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, the Legend Killer, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, the last kisser, the Scottish Warrior. We have Logan Paul, the U.S. champion, and we have the megastar is L.A. Knight. Yeah, L.A. Knight, guys. I want L.A. Knight to win so bad. I would love to see L.A. Knight win this match and see L.A. Knight go on to WrestleMania and face Seth freaking Rollins. Now, do I think that's going to happen? No. What I think's going to happen is, you see that man sitting right next to him, the U.S. champion? I think they're using the Elimination Chamber the same way that they've set up matches in the past, like with Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. We've seen Logan Paul and Seth Rollins start a rivalry in the chamber. We've seen guys be taken out of the chamber and starting rivalries. So I think that's exactly what's going to happen here. Logan Paul and LA Knight are going to be on a collision course to WrestleMania to go and face for the United States champion. I talked about it yesterday on my Road to WrestleMania episode. Go and check that out if you guys have not yet. But LA Knight, Logan Paul, I don't think either one of them are going to win it, but I think they're going to put on a good performance, and I think it's going to be a fun time. And again, I think we're going to see LA Knight possibly win the U.S. Championship at WrestleMania. So that leaves 4 guys. We got KO, we got Bobby Lashley, we got Drew McIntyre, and we got Randy Orton. So out of those 4 guys, KO, Bobby Lashley, I think they're going to have their own little things. We've seen Bobby Lashley doing his things with the Street Profits. They've taken on the Final Testament. They're doing that thing. And KO, I don't know what KO is going to do at WrestleMania. But what I do know is that we're going to see a great 6-man Elimination Chamber match. All these guys are going to tear it down. It's going to be a great showing. It's going to be the show of shows. Let's hope that they do great things inside. I want to see some type of old school things. Let's see LA Knight maybe jump off of the chamber cell. Let's see LA Knight let's see Logan Paul climb like he's Spider-Man. And let's just see a lot of crazy things go down. Because after it's all said and done, and after the dust settles, I'm going to say, before I give you my picks, I will say that Logan Paul and Kevin Owens start off the match. And I will say the final 2 is Drew McIntyre and Bobby Lashley. And I will say, with those final 2, I will say that Drew McIntyre wins the Elimination Chamber. Drew McIntyre finally gets his WrestleMania moment in front of fans. Because as you guys know, last time he went and he faced off, and he was at WrestleMania in the main event, it was the COVID era, and there was nobody there. So I believe that Drew McIntyre is winning this Elimination Chamber. He's going on to punch his ticket to face Seth freaking Rollins at WrestleMania, and we're going to see the Scottish Warrior against Seth freaking Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. So let me know what you guys think about that. Let me know what you guys think about what I just said about both Elimination Chamber matches. But now, let's get to the comments. Let's see what we got all going down. And let's see that we got and everything else like that. So let me get back where I was. No. I'll have Roman and Rock and Money in the Bank. Okay. Chris, 2K24 is Joe Coffey and Wolfgang, but no Mark Coffey. Interesting. Now go upstairs. Go. Go ahead. Go upstairs. Come on. Go upstairs, Miss Na. Go. Upstairs. Go. Go. Go upstairs. Come on. I don't know what you want. Miss Na. Over here, guys. It's okay. He said, okay, it's okay. Liv will win the Royal Rumble next year. Will she, though? She might. On Friday, it's SmackDown. We will not be here live for SmackDown, guys. Remember, the results have already been out everywhere. You could see everything. You could know everything. So remember, we will not be here live for SmackDown. We'll be here early in the morning at noon for a WWE 2K23 live stream. So just remember that, everybody. But I appreciate all of you guys. Okay, I got a question for you. Who is your upset for both the men's and the women's? If you pick don't win, like Drew or Becky, who do I win? I want to see LA Knight win. Bold predictions. LA Knight wins, and I'll say a bold prediction that we see Mrs. Raquel Rodriguez win for the women. So I will say LA Knight and Raquel win as bold predictions. But I don't see any other way that they do, and I don't know. Will they, though? That's the question. I don't know if they will. I feel like an Elimination Chamber match is better than a squash match with Rhea and Nia. After Elimination Chamber will be TNA Bias Blast. Huh? Oh, for Saturday night. Why don't you want them to announce the tag team? What tag team match? What tag team? What PLE is after the Elimination Chamber? WrestleMania? There is no more. This is the last pit stop, everybody, on the way to WrestleMania. So after this pay-per-view, there will be no more, and we will officially be on the way to WrestleMania in Philadelphia. So this is the last preview show before we go, and we head to Philly. Liv eliminates everyone just to throw us off. Then Becky, oh my God, this guy, you're funny. Becky wins and Drew wins. See, at least Chris, you understand. Chris, you get it. Naomi, I could see winning. Listen, I would love to see Naomi. I have nothing against any of these people. I love every single one of them in this match. I love Tiffany. I love Naomi. The EST is WWE. You can't spell WrestleMania without the EST. I love every single one of them. But I got to be realistic. I got to be, smart about it. I got to be, I can't just say, again, who I want to win and who I think is going to win is different. It's always different. But I give you guys who I think is going to win because I want you guys to know, and I want you guys to know the facts. I want you guys to know the info. I want you guys not to go to know all that. Because, I have no hate with anybody. I'm just telling you how I feel and what makes sense. I'm not going to come in here and tell you everything you want to hear and everything that because then it's just like, what am I bringing, Tiffany Stratton and Raquel, that would be good. That's my upset. Only reason why I say Raquel is because Raquel just returned. We've seen Raquel and Rhea before NXT. Another reason why I say you guys should always go back and watch NXT, because if you guys did not know or if you guys did not remember, Rhea Ripley and Raquel Rodriguez, before Rhea and Raquel got called up to the main roster, they had themselves a great rivalry on NXT that ended up finishing at NXT New Year's Evil in a no DQ, I think it was a Falls Count Anywhere match, where we saw the two women just destroy each other. So let's run that back, possibly. I'm just saying. I can see Becky doing her final. Yeah, I could definitely see somebody like Tiffany or something like hiding in the pod. That'd be funny. Yes, in front of fans. This is big facts. Thank you, Dylan. Let's just hope they all stay safe and uninjured, because we don't want any injuries, guys. Injuries are not a good thing. Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre will be the final two. I can see it. Bobby is in the chamber. I like that. Yes, sir. Bobby in the chamber. Oh my God. Jadis. You can't say stuff like that. Okay, after lunch, it will be my GM Mode 2K23 game. I'm done. My upset. Liv Morgan and Bobby Lashley if my picks don't win. Again, there's a chance. There's a chance that Liv wins. But I just don't want everybody to get their panties in a bunch if she doesn't win, because then everybody's going to be like, I'm not watching this. This is the worst pay-per-view of all time. Blah, 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 blah. When all of you guys should just realize that it's WWE. They got things planned. They got the things that they want to do. And in reality, guys, we could say that they care about us, but in reality, they don't really care what we got to say. So, just you know. So, I'm just saying. I'm assuming Leo is not here anymore. So, guys, that is all that I got here for you, though. We previewed all 4 matches. We previewed the Grayson Waller effect. We had a lot of comments, so I want to give a shout-out to everybody that was here, that came and gave and left some good questions, some answers. We've had at most 25 people in the chat today, and at the least, we've had 15 people in the chat today. So I want to say thank you to everybody that did come here and hang out with your boy Tino today. Jadis, the next pay-per-view after the Elimination Chamber is WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia at Lincoln Financial Field. Yes, it will be WrestleMania 40, everybody, is the next PLE. You already know, guys, Leo's going to cry, and it's going to be a good time. So, guys, I want to thank you all here for coming here, hanging out with your boy Tino today. We got no more episodes today on this channel, at least. But your boy Tino ain't done yet here today, because we will be going live as Tino's time is taking over Last Week in Wrestling tonight at 7 o'clock. As we go hang out with Dylan, we go hang out with all the guys, we go hang out with Leo. We watch AEW Dynamite. We have ourselves a good time. We talk Elimination Chamber. We talk AEW. And we just have ourselves a good Wednesday night. So we'll be here live tonight on Last Week in Wrestling. I will share the link on the community page. If you want to come and hang out, say hi, subscribe, all that good stuff. Make fun of Leo with me. You know, we'll be making fun of Leo for a few hours. That's always a good time. But that is all that I have here for you today for the Elimination Chamber preview show, guys. So a quick recap if you're just joining us. Let's go over these matches one more time, and let me tell you who I think is going to win. So Raquel and Rhea and Nia, I'm going to take Rhea Ripley to win the Women's Championship. We got Cody Rhodes and Grayson Waller on the Cody Rhodes and Seth freaking Rollins on the Grayson Waller effect. I'm going to say that they announced that tag team match for night 1 of WrestleMania, which I don't want to see, but we'll have to watch it anyway. We got the tag team match with Judgment Day and Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. Let's take Judgment Day to win. We got the Women's Elimination Chamber match. We got Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Naomi, the EST Bianca Belair, and Tiffany Stratton, and Becky Lynch. Let's take Becky Lynch to win. We have, in the men's, we got Drew McIntyre, we got Randy Orton, we got Logan Paul, we got LA Knight, yeah, we have Bobby Lashley, and we got Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre. And I'm going to say Drew McIntyre wins the men's Elimination Chamber. So, those are my quick predictions for you guys. If you guys were just here, Tino's Time collab, yes, sir. Not Leo. Last Week in Wrestling, not Leo. Leo's just part of Last Week in Wrestling. Dylan is the owner of Last Week in Wrestling. So we are collabing with Dylan, not Leo. But Leo will be there because Leo's a funny guy. So, one last thing I forgot I want to do, guys, before we go here today and before I say goodbye. I want to let you know the times that the pay-per-view will be starting, the Premium Live event, so you guys know what time to get your butts up and come and hang out with your boy Tino. So we got Hawaiian time if you live in Hawaii. We got 12 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, it's 2 a.m. Mountain Time, it's 3 a.m. My time, Central Standard Time, is 4 a.m. Eastern Time is 5 a.m. And if you live in Australia or you're in Australia, the show will start at 6 p.m. time in Australia. So if you are going to watch the pre-show, make sure that you put the time an hour behind. So if you're going to watch the pre-show, it's going to be 5 p.m., 4 a.m., 3 a.m., 2 a.m., 1 a.m., and then 11 a.m. So minus an hour if you're going to watch the preview show. We will be here live at 3 a.m. for the preview show. So make sure you come and hang out, guys, as we go live at 3 a.m. And we have ourselves a long morning, long night, But hopefully it's worth it, and hopefully they put on one hell of a show in Perth, Australia. For real. If it was 12 p.m. my time, shit, I'd just stay up all night. I'm good with that, but it's not. It's 3 a.m. What is Dylan's? Dylan's is Last Week in Wrestling. So I will share it on the link when Dylan sends it to me. I will put it on the community page so everybody can come and hang out with your boy Tino. So, guys, that is, though, everything that I have here for you today. So I want to say thank you one more time for everybody that did come here to hang out. We got to give away today's MVP, and it's the man himself. He came in here, he hung out for a little bit. He asked some great questions. And I want to give a shout out to him because he actually gave me this idea as they do the MVM over on the OTM podcast, MVM. So that's where we got the MVP idea. So shout out to Kyle for giving me the idea. So let's give Kyle, because Kyle was here today. He spent some time with us. Today, Kyle, you are today's MVP of the episode. So, too sweet, Kyle. We appreciate you coming by, hanging out with us today for a little bit of time. We got the Bouncing Off the Ropes podcast. What's up, bro? Muncie here. What's up, Muncie? What's up, Muncie? I haven't talked to you in a while, bro. How you doing? So, thank you guys all for coming here and hanging out. Everybody that is popping in right now. If you have not seen, let's go over what we got going down the rest of the week. In case you don't know, now you'll know. So tonight, as I said, we'll be live for Dynamite with Last Week in Wrestling over there on their channel. But then tomorrow, we'll be back here on Tino's Time as we have ourselves a great episode as we are winding through these WrestleManias. But it's time to go back into that time machine, and it's time to go to WrestleMania 7, everybody. We got Hulk Hogan. We got Sergeant Slaughter. We got Jimmy Hart. We got The Undertaker making his WrestleMania debut with Paul Bearer. We're going to see how Undertaker's streak began. And in reality, the streak should still be alive. I'm just saying. So, WrestleMania 7 here on the channel tomorrow. Come and hang out at 6:30 as we go live for a special late night retro episode. And then Friday morning, as I said, guys, we'll be here at noon p.m. Central Standard Time as we play an Elimination Chamber. I play a Royal Rumble match, and I play an 8-man elimination match as I try to win with the 2 lowest overalls in the game. It's Akira Tozawa, the Ninja, and it's our girl, Ms. Dana Brooke, Ash Eldridge, over in TNA now. We're going to use these 2, and we're going to see how many matches I can win. So, a fun little live stream on Friday before we go to bed, and we wake up at 3 a.m., everybody, for the Elimination Chamber in Perth, Australia. It is Rhea Ripley. It is Logan Paul, Nia Jax, Liv Morgan, Cody Rhodes, the Grayson Waller Effect, and so much more. Come and hang out as we will be up bright and early with our coffee, our breakfast, as we watch the Elimination Chamber in Perth. And then Sunday, I'm going to give myself a day off. We're going to take the day off. We're going to recover, and we're going to come back here on Monday for another great week of live streams, retro episodes, and all that good stuff. So, that is everything we got going down here for the rest of the week. I want to say again, thank you to everybody that did come here and hang out with me. I appreciate it. Or is he still really ill? Honestly, I don't know. That's a good point. I haven't really looked. I probably should look. But I don't know if Virgil, I hope Virgil's okay. I always like Virgil. So, thank you guys all. I know I keep saying thank you, but I just do appreciate you guys always coming here and hanging out with me. So, guys, that's all I got here for you today. So, remember to go and hit that subscribe button. Go and follow all the social medias on the ticker below. Go get yourself and become a member of the channel. Super chats are always open if you want to ask any special questions. Remember, if you are a member, you get 10% off of merchandise. Southside Boys will be coming back in 2 weeks, everybody. Get excited for that. So go follow the Southside Boys. We are now on Instagram also. So go follow the Southside Boys on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok for all your baseball needs, everybody. It's the baseball season. The Chicago White Sox will be coming back sooner rather than later. So make sure you go and do all that if you have not. But also, make sure, double check. You hit that like button on this episode. You subscribe as we are on the road to 1,800 subscribers in 2K. And lastly, guys, turn that notification button on so you know when we go live tonight on Last Week in Wrestling, where the link will be in the community page. And then you know when we go live tomorrow for the WrestleMania Retro episode at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Guys, have a great rest of your Wednesday afternoon. If I see you tonight on Last Week in Wrestling, I'll see you tonight. If I don't, hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. So, guys, have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll either see you tonight or tomorrow for WrestleMania 7.